What is going on, everybody? Boy, my name is Chris. This is So I Did a Thing. Thank y'all so much for joining. Hey, Holly, how are you? We have Julie over on YouTube. Dan Roth is over on YouTube. Michael Russell was there a minute ago. I don't know if he's still there. Gabe and Yvette had a little bit of trouble getting in. Not sure what happened. I started without them, and they just showed up backstage. And all I see is Yvette on camera. I don't see Gabe yet. So I don't know what's going to happen tonight. Like, we didn't have a time to pregame and talk about what we're going to talk about or anything. So, like, we're just going to straight up freestyle it. And I know that gives Yvette all the anxiety because she's like a very much planner kind of person. She's a teacher, so that's kind of in her wheelhouse. So real quick, let's see what's going on with Chris. There's been a lot going on the past couple weeks. Yeah, I know. Nice hat. A real good friend of mine gave that to me. America, we grow whiskey. Let's see what's going on. I'm a little frazzled, a little like I was all kinds of anxious backstage. I was like, man, I don't know where my guests are. Like when your guests are not showing up when they're supposed to. And Gabe's a pro, y'all. So look, I want y'all to like roast the hell out of Gabe whenever he gets on here. I'm going to give him another minute to show up. But anyway, so there's been a lot going on with me the past couple of weeks. Some of y'all know it, some of y'all don't. I'll be posting about it probably in another 2 or 3 more weeks. Let's see. And see, LinkedIn is like acting weird. It doesn't even show I'm live over here. There it is. Comments are not coming through. Like, it's going to be a great night, y'all. I cannot wait. If you are watching, drop a comment. Maybe it'll show up. Maybe it won't. Dan's were not on LinkedIn. I got notifications that he was commenting, and that was the only place I could see him. But anyway, all right. So Gabe's back sitting down. Yvette is sitting down. I'm going to bring them both out, and we're just going to kind of roll with it. What's up, dude? I don't even have any of my like designs up or nothing, man. Let's hang on. Let's get this fixed. How you doing? Can't hear you. Can't hear you at all. No, I still can't hear you. Oh my gosh. Let me make sure I got my audio set. I do. I have it set to my speakers. Bro. Maybe. He's even got the green screen up. That's what I'm talking about. I cannot hear you. I cannot hear Yvette either. Nothing at all. Can y'all hear him? Can the audience hear him? Let me make sure it's not on my end. I've got my... No, nothing. Like absolutely nothing. No, nada. Nobody can hear anything. Not a thing. Nope. This is crazy. We're going to take the pro out of M Pro Media, and it's just going to be M Media. Oh, man. I love it, man. You got to love it. So this is part of the beauty of live streaming, y'all. Like, you never know exactly what's going to happen. And I will absolutely cut this out and clip it and use it as a clip because I tell people all the time that even the pros have technical difficulties. Even the pros mess up. So I will absolutely take this clip out of Gabe and Yvette, and all you see is their mouths moving because stuff's not working right. And it just happens. Like, yep, they just left. They're going to come back in. So, yeah, anyway, hi, y'all. How's it going? My LinkedIn live stream just froze up. That's great. There we go. All the technical difficulties tonight, y'all. This is nuts. But it's just part of it. And, and like if you see me post anything at all about stuff messing up, it's going to happen. You can't help it. You just have to roll with it. And so now I'm left with a monologue that I wasn't planning for, which is fine.
All right, let's try this again.
Oh my
Can
gosh.
you hear us?
What's going on?
Okay. This is a lesson for all those that are watching here about some of the things that can go wrong. So I use
even when you're a pro and have streamed hundreds of shows, stuff can still go wrong. Am I right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Part of it is just oh my gosh, hold on. I'm too much of a perfectionist. So I'm trying to fix something. Our names are a little bit off, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. So
Just scoot over closer to me.
Okay, how's that?
There, see
There
now
you
that's all
go.
you had to do.
Isn't that easier? I guess.
Hey, Connor Bug. That's my nephew right there. Hey, Connor. And my sister's here too on Facebook. It's working on Facebook. Good deal. Anyway, so yeah, what were you saying?
Oh, okay. So what I was doing was that I'm using Ecamm to live stream, and they always do updates. And when you do updates and you download it, there's a thing that I use. If you've ever live stream, you do a virtual cam, and the virtual cam has to always install for another time. And I forgot about that. So I was like, why the hell is my camera not working? Why it's not being working? We were literally throwing it together. She helped me put up the backgrounds and stuff. Because here's the problem. We don't have a committed studio set yet or anything.
Sure. Yeah.
So we literally have to break down everything and put everything back up. We will do this again Thursday night when we do our live stream, because we have, I wish I could show you the background of everything, but we have our cameras, lighting, all this other stuff around, and it just kind of thrown together pretty quickly.
Yeah, man. And y'all are used to doing this, and there's kids in the house, and y'all both work and coming home and dinner and all that kind of stuff. And y'all are used to doing this at 8 p.m., not 7 p.m. So this is a whole hour earlier than what y'all are used to doing it.
Well, I got my daughter down early tonight. I was like, okay, we're going to play, we're going to eat, we're going to take your shower, and then it's bedtime. And so I got her down. She was asleep by about 6:20. So
you did get it done.
I thought we were going to be here on time. So sorry about that.
Yeah.
No, man, it's all good. What's up, Sultan? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, I know we're bringing out all the crazies, aren't we?
I tell you what, man, I'm friends with Sultan on Instagram, and bro is like a real sending fool.
Who you telling? I'm the same.
And I'm like, I know Sultan's thinking about me, man. I'm getting memes. I don't always get to answer to all of them, but I'm like, yeah, my bro's thinking about me. So thanks, man.
Yeah. So, real quick too. I know this is probably just, I don't know, you were talking about it, but I know that what you went through. Just want to send, prayers, bro. That's a lot to handle. And then you're still doing this here, like a pro. So
yeah,
I'm just gonna.
And I haven't and not to even add any kind of suspense to anybody that's watching on LinkedIn. No. Man, this is crazy. Not to break the subject, but Restream. So on Restream where it has a little eye that it says 8, that it tells you how many. That's never right. That's never right. So it shows I have 9 people on LinkedIn watching and 18. Restream showing 18. It is definitely a full moon.
Yeah.
Anyway, I haven't posted about any of that stuff on LinkedIn yet, just because I hadn't had the energy or the bandwidth to.
You don't have to.
Sure. Yeah,
we're just here to just say, hey, man, we're praying for you. That's
appreciate it, man. Yep, appreciate it, man.
So,
for sure,
it is one.
Hey,
of those
there's my dad.
It is one of those things. It's one of those things you don't ever hope to have to experience, but life sometimes doesn't give us the option. So
yeah, for sure, absolutely.
So yeah, man,
So let's dive into it, dude. What is going on with what's going on with y'all? All right, look, just to give everybody a little bit of background real quick. Like Gabe and I have been friends on LinkedIn for almost since I got on LinkedIn 3.5 years ago.
Almost 4 years.
He was kind of one of my mentors when I got started into the production side of live streaming. I really connected with him and started picking his brain. And he comes on at least once a season and does a show with me. And most of the time it's just all before it's just been he and I. And we've just been like freestyling, jamming, talking smack to each other, all that kinds of stuff. Like just straight up chill stream. Like not even a topic to talk about. So this will be the first time that Gabe's ever been on, and we've had a topic to talk about. And this time he's got a beautiful sidekick with him.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. And what's kind of cool about this, man, is we were both going through divorce at the exact same time.
Yeah.
So we kind of bonded over that a little bit. And then I didn't even know. I think it was Julie that was like, hey, did you know like Gabe has a girlfriend now?
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Because you were kind of like on a LinkedIn hiatus and she had saw you do a live and I didn't or something. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Gabe has a girlfriend? Just tell us about that. You don't have to dig too deep into the divorce. But tell us about like how y'all met and like how all this happened and all this kind of stuff.
So, I've lived pretty publicly on social media for the last almost 5 years. And I did go through divorce. And, for anybody who's ever watched or followed me, saw that I always changed different backgrounds. I did different places. So you kind of knew something was going on.
Yeah.
And the whole part of it was just sharing what I was still loving doing in live streaming, and then just also publicly sharing what was going on in my life. So anybody who knew kind of followed along and knew that I left the life that I knew, and I had to go into a whole different world. And part of that world was dating. Part of that world was finding myself, and then eventually finding the love of my life. But that was what kind of my hiatus left for me. I did this back in, I think my last official like season of something was December 30th of 2022. And I said, you know what? I was going to be done. I went into the new year. I took my long-term step from social media, and I went out into the world to just go see what life had to offer. And dating was one of those things that I wanted to go do. And if you tell how you guys can, oh gosh, this isn't my world still. Like I still don't have everything under control. All my cat's trying to jump into the camera frame.
I don't know if you saw his ear, but he was like on top of the whole screen, like his paws up on the top.
Look, y'all, we are totally used. Like it's not a live. Like if a kid doesn't come in and start hanging on Gabe's shoulder, like it won't be a live stream. So if that happens, then I will be totally like.
I think
confused.
the last time
I won't know what to do.
Well, and the cat sees that little, the color that's going around,
your screen,
and he's like watching it, and then he's trying to grab at it. So
yes, so
that's awesome.
Got to get back to what I was saying real quickly is that I started online dating. I met somebody, and in that time away, I developed a long-term relationship with somebody that was what I was looking for.
Somebody, who are you talking about?
Well, let me explain.
I know. I was like, wait a minute. You haven't been divorced that long for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah. Who's this person?
I entered into a long-term relationship with somebody, and I wasn't ready to introduce her into this world yet. And then once I was like, okay, we can start sharing, I introduced everybody to Yvette, this beautiful woman sitting here next to me. Part of the reason.
So the somebody is Yvette.
Yes, somebody is you.
Okay.
There's a storyline. I wanted to keep
this was about to get
I wanted to keep
mystery,
mystery yet. For those who don't know, there's some watching that do know. There's others that are like, what's going on here? So yes, I met this woman online.
This woman
next to me. Yes, I know. I met this beautiful woman next to me online. We started talking. We had these wonderful conversations. And, I asked her to be my girlfriend before we even actually met.
The night before
we even met. And she was crazy enough to say yes. She's like, okay, this is
We
my
had
type
only
of-"
been talking 2 weeks.
So yeah, this is my type of woman, I said.
Said,
But
why not? Sure.
she didn't hesitate whenever, like she said, she was the one that meant, look, I love video, right? This is what I love. She was the one that was real quick to say, why don't we jump on a FaceTime call? I was like, ooh, already. She's
That was
like,
after 1 week.
after 1 week. So we did.
I had to look at him, make sure he was, not a catfish. Make
Right.
sure he didn't have like some weird, eye that did that or something. I didn't know. Like I wanted to see what he was going to look like on a video first.
Yeah.
And then, make sure he didn't have a tick. And
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm ready to meet you now.
Yeah. And I could have just said, like, big timed and said, hey, I got a YouTube channel. You want to go check it out? See, I didn't do that. I didn't do that though. I was like, she'll, like, if she's the one for me, this will all come forward in due time. So
Sure.
eventually we got to that point, and like look, I fell in love with the woman the moment I saw her in person. Like, I didn't even give her a chance. We smiled at each other from a part. This is like in a movie scene in a parking lot. I just walked up to her and just kissed her on the lips. Like,
I was like, wow, I thought we were going to wait a little bit.
I just took the suspense out. It's like,
didn't even buy her dinner or nothing, huh? Like,
hey, we have a whole lot of firsts. I'm like, I've never done that before.
We're going to try and keep this PG rated.
Yeah, we will. But yeah,
totally PG, all first.
But that was like the first night after that I felt like going on social media. So I posted it all off. We both did on our social media accounts that we were in a relationship, and
April 1st is when we said it, but we were in a relationship on the 31st.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're coming up on a year. We are.
Oh,
1 week
yeah,
away.
it is. Yes.
This weekend.
A year. We agreed that we're going to have this weekend for ourselves. It's going to be awesome. We're going to celebrate our 1 year together. But, from that moment on, like, our life has been so much fun. It's been love. It's been excitement. We talked about, even last year before we even launched doing our own live stream, we talked about it like months prior. Like, we set up a plan of what we wanted to discuss. We sit there and literally talked about pretty much a lot of the episodes that we ended up creating for our show. So those who don't know, we do a live stream every Thursday night, 8:30 Central Standard Time, 9:30 Eastern, called Unwrap Love. We talk about dating, relationships, marriages, intimacy. We talk about our own experiences and try to, like, incorporate a lot of educational just tips, a little bit, like I said, of our own experiences, expertise, and what we know, and how to help other people hopefully eventually find the love of their life, or even maybe fix the relationship that they're currently in. I mean, that's what we want to see. Is we want to see love ultimately blossom between two people, and that's kind of what our mission has been.
I love it, man. And y'all have launched. So is the podcast separate from the live stream, or are you using the live stream and turning it into the podcast?
So we're gonna do a separate podcast thing here in a couple of months. We've already got it set up. We want to record, like, so that one we want to use for more like in-depth conversations with individuals, with people, have interviews with them. That way, they might feel comfortable, or it might be a little bit easy for them to discuss those sort of things off camera, and bring a lot of the topics that we have already kind of discussed, and incorporate people's their experiences in it, and expertise in speaking with other individuals who are, maybe therapists and that sort of thing, or where we're working towards doing that right now. But she's got her hands full right now trying to finish. This is what I love about her. She does all these amazing things with me already, and then she's also, like, pursuing her master's degree. So she's one smart cookie, man. You gotta love that about her.
You came up.
Yeah. Oh. Man, yeah. Yeah. Like, honestly, for me, it was a big step up. And just having somebody who, again, had goals and wanted to pursue things. And she's very driven in what she does. I've seen when she does something, she's very tenacious in what she does. I mean, she
Yeah.
works very hard at like her study. That's why I was like, we were doing it when we kind of started doing our live streams. We were doing it twice a week. So part of that was for us to like kind of scale things back so she could like finish pursuing it without her overwhelming, because I know what it's like when you do these things. And even now, like when we rushed to get this done tonight, and we're only doing
Yeah.
this show and one other on Thursday, and it's still a lot to handle to
Yeah.
try to fit everything into a schedule. So
Yeah.
that's why we've scaled
Yeah,
it back.
he's the one that was suggested it. I was like, okay, like I'll make it work. But he was like, no, I think you need, that extra time. And I'm glad he did that, because it really has helped to have a little bit of extra time to get the assignments done and not to worry so much about getting 2 shows locked in during the week. So cutting it back to one has
good.
helped a lot.
Yeah, I bet. I was going to say, you might have to rein him in a little bit. Last time he streamed, he did 100 consecutive episodes in a row.
Oh yeah. No.
In 100 straight days in a row.
No.
So I was
Like I do 52
We need
episodes
our
a
time.
year. Yes. I do 52 episodes in a year. Probably not even that, because I usually take 2 months off a year, one in the summer, one in December. So bro was like streaming every single night, and I'm going, oh my God, I can't even imagine trying to juggle that, man.
Well,
yeah.
well,
he didn't have anything else to do.
Yeah,
now
exactly.
we've got we do a lot together. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
I think it's really cool though that you have, and I don't know where Yvette was in social media before this, because obviously I just met her like a month ago. But I think it's really cool that you have shared your passion for content creation with her, and she has jumped on board with it. Because if anybody knows Gabe, he is super passionate about creating content, whether it's video or text posts, or specifically video and live video. But if you know him at all, he's super passionate about it. He puts his heart and soul into it. So to see y'all doing that together is just absolutely amazing to me.
Yeah, that's what I said. This is what I love about this woman. Every time that I've asked her to like come and join me along and doing these things, she's crazy enough to say yes. And to me, that's like, let's go. She's like that amazing to me.
Right.
That, when she didn't hesitate, she's like, yeah, I'll do it with you. I was like, okay. I thought there was going to be a momentary just brush to wait and think. And she's like, nope, you're jumping off that ledge. I'm jumping with you. And that's the kind of attitude that she has. And I'm like, okay, she's that's what inspires me and draws me to her every single time.
I can imagine, dude. Like that's like dreamsicle for anybody that does what we do, is to have a spouse right there doing it with you.
Well, see,
right there doing
I actually tried to do some videos. Like back when my baby was little, I set up my own little YouTube channel, and I was doing one called Parenting Insight. And I was like, okay, so I was a mom back in my 20s with my first child, but now I'm a mom in my 40s. Said, I have all this wisdom. I need to share it. So I started to create videos, but I don't have all of this fancy stuff. And so I was just doing it on a cell phone. And so I posted a few videos, and then life happened and I didn't do any more. And then when he started telling me about it, I was like, yeah, that sounds fun. I actually kind of did some of those. I just didn't continue it. And I don't know. And so he, when he introduced me to it, I was like, it's kind of fun. So when we did it the first time, I just kind of been hooked on it. So I like it.
Well, that leads right into, I was fixing to ask you how you're liking it so far. Like, how has it been going from not creating content to creating video content and just like doing all the things?
I like it. Even for my class, I'm taking a couple classes this semester. One of them is called Marriage and Family, and then the other one is Teaching Sociology. So that's what I'm getting my master's in, is sociology. Okay. And the teaching one, I had to create a lecture. So I did it all with the cameras and the lights, and he made a whole, and he helped me, and he used all his programs to make it. And so it came out really good. I got 100 on it. So it was nice. And my professor, he left feedback, and he goes, so yeah, this looks really good. All your slides were amazing. Like I loved all of it. He goes, I can't give you any feedback because it's just so good. Like he's like, I don't know what else to say.
Like we literally, like I said, you know what? I want to work on production. So I was like, why not on her stuff? So I was doing, and I had been working already a lot on stuff that I was doing for our YouTube channel.
Mhm.
So I did the same thing essentially with her presentation, and I used 3 different programs to put everything together and made it pretty seamless. And she was kind of like blown away. And I'm like, if you're blown away, your teacher's going to be like blown away as well.
Oh yeah. We even used AI because a couple times I said something I didn't want to say. And so he's like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'll fix it. And I was like, okay.
She's like,
So
"Oh."
he ran it through an AI program, and this AI like changed my words and made my lips move with it and picked up my voice. And I was like,
Oh, yeah.
wow. So it kind of edited it through AI, and it was nice. It worked good. So I want to make more, and because I also have a channel called Teaching Insight, so I haven't added a whole lot of stuff on there, but that could be something that we create as well on that channel.
Yeah. So I'm pushing like more video content and doing creation on YouTube, like how to maximize it. Been spending like all my hours when I'm not on like any kind of social media, like how to improve building out my YouTube channel. AI, I like when I left the game back in 2022, AI was just like really, it was a thing, but it took off. And I took a whole year off and I wasn't diving into it. I didn't do nothing. I didn't touch it. And then when I jumped back in and I said, let me see what all these tools have to offer now, I was blown away. And I said, oh my gosh, this is what we needed 4 years ago. Just it's just coming to fruition now. But if you're a content creator and you want to use it for to make anything, any kind of presentations, any kind of videos, any kind of masterclass, whatever it is you need to make, AI has made it so much easier as a content creator. So much so, like I even found ways to like make my YouTube like part of the problem with YouTube and what people are learning, just real quick, is like making their chapters or their video titles for like their individual episodes. I found an AI tool. I can do it in 10 seconds for
Really?
an hour and something video. Yeah, that quick. I'm telling you.
That
I've
is crazy.
I've been on the search to make this thing so much easier so that I can eventually go back and pursue the thing that I wanted to go do. Plus, like I said, she's inspired me to do so many things this last year. Like, honestly, I wrote a book. I wrote a chapter in a book. So I'm now a published author.
Okay.
The book came out just a little over a week ago. Shout out to Dr. CJ Leland, Constant Leland. She was the spearhead behind all of this, and her and Suzanne Dawn, they helped like a bunch of us authors to write about our journeys, our life stories. The book is called Beyond Boundaries, Thriving in the Gray Zone. 27 authors, they put it together. We did it in like 2.5 months. It was amazing, the experience of how to do it. And it's kind of like pushing me now to go do my other books. But a lot of it was because she's like, you know, do you want to share your story? Do you want to talk about it? She's like, she even helped me like edit. She was reading through it and we were looking at it together before I turned in a draft. So I was like, I love having a teacher around me.
Right.
She's like, I'm very thorough with it.
I love it. And I just want to say, like, to put this into look, this is going to give you an idea of the evolution of Gabe's content creation. So this happened.
I told her about this.
The peanut butter.
This happened. Yes. The peanut butter. This was on Nick's live stream, right?
Yes.
On Nick Lozano's. Bro ate like three quarters of a jar or a whole jar of peanut butter with his hand on a live stream.
Yeah.
Like this was the kind of stuff Gabe was putting out. And people watch it because it's funny and it's funny. He's goofy, you know. Like if you know him, he's goofy and has a great sense of humor. But he's moved into from that into like really, really serious stuff.
Yeah. that was, you know, again, that was part of just the whole idea of like saying, I'm going to be who I am no matter what.
Yeah, and I absolutely love it.
And that was, just I don't hide from the things that I've done in my past. They're all lives. You can always go
No,
back and
they're all
listen.
live. Yeah, it's all live. And I didn't even bring up any of the other stuff. But I thought, it just shows, man, like you evolve, you grow, but you've always been you.
Yeah, and that's just what I want other people to also understand. In doing what we're doing now, this chapter of my life is just another actual chapter of my whole story.
Yeah.
And I've always been excited since I wanted to start putting out content to always be able to be authentic and share who I was. Like
Mm-hmm.
that was part of me that I knew that I wanted to do from day one.
Mm-hmm.
Even with bad lighting, bad camera, and everything else. So even now,
Yep.
as we're doing this together, I'm still learning. Like what I loved about working with Yvette was she started to teach me a little bit of structure. Like
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have a lot of structure when I started, even though I would do these things every night and I had a lot of experience. I didn't have the kind of experience that could teach me how to be very linear and how I did a presentation. And
Mm-hmm.
she's like, "So what are we talking about tonight?" I said, "Oh, we're just gonna go free flow." And she's like, "Well, don't we have something like an outline or something we can look at, bullet points and everything else?" And I said, "I can." I mean, I'm not shying away from that. I did that in the very beginning because I thought I had to be over prepared. And when I started doing conversations and started doing
Yeah.
interviews, I realized
Yeah.
I didn't need as much of it. But when you're doing like a show where you're talking about like really straightforward, regulated content, it's good to have a little bit of a script and an outline to
Mm-hmm.
help you go along as you talk about your subject matter.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, she helped me figure out a lot of that, and I'm starting to like really enjoy it because it kind of gives me more. It gives me more of a like not. Well, I don't want to say structure. It gives me more of a foundation, like how I need to get better as a host, as an entertainer, as a creator.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I start doing more straightforward content to teach other like creators and streamers, this is going to help in how to put it together, like how
Mm-hmm.
to translate that information from just saying what I know into actually putting out there that people will want to watch and maybe learn a
Yeah.
little thing from me.
Yeah, and writing a book and
Writing,
like
yeah.
a lot. But one thing I wanted to say when you were talking about authenticity, was that when we first started talking, one of the things that I noticed that Gabe did was he did not ask me, "What are you looking for in a man?" And so I like to throw that out there and let people know when someone asks that question, it's almost a red flag because
Yeah.
a lot of the guys that I talked to that would ask me that question and I would start to talk to them longer, what I realized is they would try to conform to what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I stopped saying what I wanted in a guy when they would ask me that question. And that was one thing that Gabe never did is he never said, "What are you looking for in a man?" And I never asked him, "What are you looking for in a woman?" And so we started to just talk and who he is as a person came out and who I am as a person came out. And that's how we ended up really matching, was that I liked who he was and he liked who I was, and it
Mm-hmm.
just grew from there, and it's continuously growing. So,
Well, and part of that goes back to doing interviews and just listening, like what we're doing now. Well, like our skill
Yeah.
set to listen to people
Yeah.
is a lot more elevated than most.
Yeah.
So when you talk to somebody and you're listening, listen to what they say and go, "Oh, okay. This is where, maybe she wants something a little bit different." But yeah, I was just one of those, I was just one of those people who didn't I knew what I wanted. So and I really, really wanted to learn who she was. So I just listened a
Mm-hmm.
lot to how
Mm-hmm.
she communicated what it was and she wanted from just like paying attention and going, okay, she doesn't like this. She doesn't. I didn't need to ask her all those questions. She was
Mm-hmm.
already answering them for me if
Mm-hmm.
I just paid attention.
For sure.
And I think
Yeah. And
that's
especially like when you're used to doing it like we are, like I always fly by the seat of my pants on a live stream. I've never had a bulleted point live stream in 3 years, 3.5 years of doing this, but it has made me have to listen to my guest because there's no bullet point to fall back on if I space out.
Oh yeah. Oh,
you know what I mean? Like you have to.
Yeah,
you absolutely have to pay attention to
in
what's going on.
my marriage before, I spaced out all the time. I thought I was the worst listener. I thought I had a bad memory. I was accused of all kinds of stuff. But I was always spaced out. And I was like on our first date, I was so nervous. Like I thought, okay, I got to listen to everything he's saying. Like I'm going to forget something. He's going to think I'm a bad listener. I have a bad memory. And so I was just so hyper focused on everything he was saying. And then I finally started to calm down with him and realize that I love what he says. So I never space out. So like I listen to everything and I'm like, oh, like it's easy for me to remember it and retain it. And I realized that I think it was the material that I had that I was working with that I couldn't focus or stay like listening. So
I get that 100%. 100%.
I can't wait. I can't wait either until Dan Roth comes on with you.
That's going to be in a couple weeks.
Yeah. I know. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, we're going to put all kinds of corny jokes for you, Dan, in the background.
I was going to say, please
talking about corn. We're going to be here.
Please tell me, Gabe. Please,
he loves
please tell me.
With us.
I know. Please tell me y'all are going to be in the comments trolling the hell out of me.
We're here for you, Dan.
We're here, Mr. Roth. Of course.
I'm not going to lie. I'm worried about that one. I may end up in LinkedIn or Facebook jail after this one. Boy, hey, I might lose some followers on Facebook for real.
If you can get through me, in 4 seasons, I'm pretty
right. This is true. That's true.
I've been good training, right?
No, I'll make sure we're here the first half too.
Yeah. Well, we'll tag team. She'll jump in first, and I'll come in afterwards. Like,
for real, I really am looking forward to having Dan on, man. Like we've been connected for a long time. You know, we've talked in the comments of live streams, but I've never had a one-on-one conversation with him outside of the DMs or in the comments or whatever. So my first one-on-one conversation with this dude is going to be live on air. So I
had him on twice. So yeah, we made it through. It was fun. It'll be fun. Trust me, it'll be fun for you both. But look, I'll say this, like whenever we talk, like when I was talking with her and even what you were just discussing a few minutes ago, part of me had always said, you know what, in 400 plus, almost 500 plus episodes, I've been waiting for somebody to say, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. But it never happened. So it just means to me that, hey, you're just being authentic to who you are. So there's nothing you have to hide at all. So I love just sharing who I am. And now I have somebody who I get to share that with. And I get to share like the energy that she radiates because she's like this all the time. Like this is like this is what I loved about it. Like what I am on camera is what I am off camera. And the same way that she is, what you see here is what you get off camera as well. When we have our own conversations, sometimes I think to myself, man, if this wasn't like for us only, it would be fun to put on camera, but I don't want to. But I'm just saying because that's how funny it is. That's how much of a good time that we have when we have our own like little conversations and
that could go so many ways.
No, there's a lot of stuff we will not put on camera.
No. But it's funny when we laugh about it and we just like again, and it's like we get to do our own show even for our own selves, and we get to giggle and have a good time and just talk about life as well, like our own intimate sort of journey together. And it's beautiful. I love getting to spend every day
Yeah, he even
What's it?
comes to see me
Yeah.
most of the time twice a week at work. He comes to my job during my lunch break and we take a walk around the corner and we talk and get to see each other. And so we do that about twice a week. So he comes extra just to see me. And I was like, the first time he did it, I was in shock that he came up to my job and then he just kept doing it. And it's been a year of him doing that. And he doesn't stop. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it never
Hey, Becky.
changes. Like he's the same person from the
Yeah.
beginning as he is today. And it's just our love has just grown so much. Like every
Yeah.
day, I just feel like I fall in love with him all over again every day. Just love him.
Oh,
Man, we got.
that's awesome.
I love
I
it
love
too.
it.
This is how our lives and our live streams go because we have all these animals, all these kids. Like
Yeah, you hear a bird in the
in
back.
back.
I do hear the bird. Like there hadn't been a kid show up, and I'm a little disappointed. I did see.
Well,
I do see the dog though. I see
the
the
dog's
dog.
here. I got
Yeah.
a cat over here. We got
Okay.
a bird around here. I mean, it's like
I
a
hear the
damn
bird.
zoo.
Yeah, yeah.
He likes to be a part of the conversation.
Like we get lucky sometimes when we're doing a live stream and he just silent the whole time. And we're like, awesome, we made it through. Like,
No, he laugh like when he hears it because I laugh loud. So when he hears me laughing, he laughs too. He's like, "Gah, gah, 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 gah." So that's his laugh. So you heard me talking about him.
Yeah.
But man, I got to tell you though, Chris, man, the one thing that I really do appreciate about you is that since you started doing these, you continue to do them over and over because I've seen so
Mhm.
many people just like fade away. And that's not saying anything bad. It's just like some people, it's their time to walk away from doing all this.
Mhm.
I still see the passion and how it resonates with you. And even through all seasons of your life, man, you continue to push forward. And
Yeah.
I'll give you hats off for that always because I know how difficult doing this can be. And even Yvette's learning that now. It's like it's difficult to like put in to fit even just one show a week. And I know you were doing 2 shows at one point. You were doing the
Yep.
In the Stigma and this at the same time in the same
Yep.
week. And it was like, it's difficult and people don't realize it, that it's a lot.
When are you gonna do the stigma one again? Sorry.
No, you're good. I choked on my own spit.
That happens. I hate when that happens when I'm at school teaching.
I know it's the worst, and it doesn't go away. Like it's just a
Yeah,
continual thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
Well,
I
at
am
least it's your
booked-
own.
Yeah, at least it's my own. Yeah. So I am booked through the end of April,
Uh-huh.
and I am thinking real seriously. It's actually Julie Griffin is going to be my guest on April 29th. She's going to be back. She hadn't been on in a couple of years. So I'm thinking starting in May, I'll be back doing Ending the Stigma. I don't have any guests after April 29th. So I'm thinking I'm going to start that one up in May.
Okay.
And I got to where I'm alternating them now. Like usually once every 3-ish to 4 months, I'll rotate back and forth between the 2 shows just because I don't want to do 2 shows a week anymore.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Because I have bipolar. And so
Okay.
if you do any on mental illness, I need a guest. I am willing to do that.
Okay, absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Do that. Pull that one up again because
What Dan's comment?
Yeah, because
Okay.
this is one where like I think I will save that calendar. Like here's the great thing. Like when I say we learned structure, like we have a calendar in our kitchen now.
Hey, I will make that shirt for you, Dan.
Yes, we will. Like, we have a calendar in our kitchen now with all of our stuff on there that we need to do.
Like an old school paper calendar?
Yes.
No, it's a dry erase board.
Yeah.
It's dry erase board. Okay.
Yeah.
But we have a big calendar in our kitchen now. So that will be the day that I will circle to make sure I am there. No matter what, I'll push.
I'm going to put 2 hours early
Right.
on there.
I'll be commenting on YouTube before you even go live. I will be leaving comments on there before you even go live. You're gonna be on there and you'll have like 25 comments.
I will love making that shirt too. I'm making it.
I know, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll send it out to San Diego just so he can. Yes, absolutely.
So you got the podcast coming up. Y'all hadn't started it yet. Y'all have a new YouTube channel. It's not the Gabe.
Yes.
You have the Gabe Leal experience, but you have one dedicated for this now, right?
Yeah. So the Unwrap
Mhm.
Love Show is easy to follow. It's www.youtube.com/at Unwrap Love Show on YouTube. We have up like 37 videos. We've created like at least 10 to 15 shorts that are on there. All of our videos are timestamped. I've been working like on all of our thumbnails. I mean, I'm like literally investing a lot of time into building out a good interactive YouTube channel. So that's just where like a lot of my time and effort goes as far as like building that out. And then the next thing that we'll work on after that is the podcast, to push myself into creating the audio aspect of it. And
Mhm.
once I do that, I'm already creating videos and like adding B-roll and stuff to that. So they'll be uploading a lot more of those to the channel as well. But anybody who wants to go check out the Gabe Leal experience, I've been taking what I've learning in building our YouTube channel and doing a lot of those things to my old content on YouTube. So my thing is I got hours upon hours of content on my other YouTube channel that I can always go back and now reuse, repurpose, turn into a lot more of the short. Like I even redid the thumbnail for like our little snippet that I took from one of our conversations. I've done quite a bit as far as like what I'm trying to learn, and it's getting a heck of a lot. I'm getting a heck of a lot better at doing it, and I think the only other thing that I really want to make sure that I can maximize is just being able to now start growing and at some point monetizing the channel. I'm actually doing
Mhm.
that channel legit, because my channel I did not. Like my channel I use all licensed music. I broke all the rules that you're not supposed to do on YouTube.
What is it? At the Unwrap Love
So
Show.
at
I think it's just isn't
Unwrap.
it at Unwrap Love, or did you
Oh yeah,
put
yeah,
show
no.
on it?
Try at Unwrap Love. My bad.
Yeah.
You're right. We added Unwrap Love Show on some of the other social media
That's not
handles.
it either.
So it's
So youtube.com / at Unwrap Love.
at Unwrap Love. UNRAPLOVE.
Oh my God.
So you might be able to find it there. So yeah, that
Or if you go to YouTube, just type in Unwrap
Page is
Love.
not available.
Go to YouTube and then just type, like in the search bar, type Unwrap Love, and it should pull it up.
yeah, it should. If you go to YouTube, I would hope that would be
Like all one word, Unwrap Love.
yeah. UNWRAP.
UNWRAPLOVE. Unwrap Love.
It is
Yeah,
not
it pops
pulling
it up
up
right
for me.
away.
Put it in.
Maybe you have to
Copy link and put it in the
capitalize.
chat.
Do you have to capitalize
Right.
the U and the L? Maybe.
You shouldn't have to.
I'm just gonna put it in the private
Put it in the chat, and that way let me put it, because I'm trying to put it in the
I'm gonna send it in the private chat so you can copy it. If my dang, there we go. Private chat. Here we go. There you go.
there
That
it
should be.
is.
Yeah, Dan, you're not supposed to type
Unwrapped Love.
unwrapped.
Okay.
Yeah, unwrapped.
I was doing unwrapped.
Oh yeah. Looks like Dan was too.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, there it is.
There you go. So if you head over there, you can find a lot of our shows that we've created. And we do. Oh, I forgot. We also do. We won't be doing it this coming weekend, but every other weekend that we don't have our kids, we do a show on our channel called Love Talk, where we just share like horror story dating experiences or people seeking advice or that sort of thing. That one is like our more unregulated, just fun, laid back side of what we do as content creators. So it's a little bit more edgy. I should say
Yeah,
that.
and eventually we want people to call in too, but we don't usually by the time we get it started, it's kind of
We
late.
do it late at night
Yeah.
because we do it late at night because it's a lot of not safe for work content.
So we get people from across the world sometimes commenting weird stuff.
Yeah.
So we haven't got a huge following on there yet.
Yeah, but we do say a lot of the adult words on there sometimes. We do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one is more unregulated. That would be something more Dan Roth would like. If
But
there
he
was,
has a bedtime,
but
so
yeah,
he can't get
he's
on it.
yeah, I'm sorry, he's got to go to bed. Um, tuck in and go to bed at a certain time. But yeah,
Right.
that's kind of more similar to what I would say I did the last season of Unfiltered Live, where I was just like saying anything. So, but we do talk about dating, horror stories, like things, intimacy that goes wrong. We talked about quite a bit on that one. So, we won't be we won't be doing it this upcoming weekend because we have our
It's our
anniversary.
anniversary weekend.
But
We'll be having fun.
yeah, but in 2 weeks we will.
We don't have the kids and my ex-husband, because my daughter doesn't go to school on Monday, so I was like, could you keep her an extra day because she doesn't go to school and I don't have a sitter? And it was like, oh well, you're in luck because he doesn't have to work on Monday. So I'm like, thank God. So we get an extra day too. So that'll be nice.
Yeah, so I'm kind of pushing away a little bit from the LinkedIn crowd because LinkedIn has not been user friendly for live streamers.
God, it's gotten horrible the past few months,
Um,
man. It's gotten absolutely terrible.
Even though that's where the
Mhm.
majority of my audience was, I'm just going to take the same approach that I built on there and take it to other social media channels to try to build it out. Simply because, again, they haven't been like people that comment. Like I've noticed people that are commenting on mobile when I go back and watch after the fact, I go, man, I didn't even see those comments like pull up.
So a lot of times the comments on me, even if I'm watching, and I don't know if it has to do with them watching on mobile or not, but I always have LinkedIn pulled up on my other monitor, and comments will not show up. Like they'll show up in Restream, but they will not show up until I make a comment on LinkedIn, and then it's like it refreshes.
Yeah,
and it's annoying as hell, man. Because but it's happening for everybody else too because they're not seeing the comments.
Yeah, we went back. I remember looking on LinkedIn and I saw all these like really good comments on some stuff that we were talking about and we never saw them. They never popped up, but they were all on LinkedIn.
Yeah, so there you go. That's the right answer. LinkedIn
Yeah,
is
for real, man.
games,
Like it's just, and I don't know why. Like if LinkedIn would just put a little bit of effort into their live stream interface, the way everything connects and their API with the streaming platforms and all that kind of stuff, if they would just quit being so damn anal about what they let it do and loosen up a little bit, I think they would have a really big explosion of people wanting to do
create,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But but it was a learning lesson though, to me, especially to say, hey, maybe I shouldn't just center focus on that singular platform and like start pushing. That's why I made the conscious decision to like deep dive into YouTube. Because when I started to notice that problem the first few times that we went live, and then I started researching and hearing other people talk about it, I said, man, this is not a good thing. So even though I had a bigger audience and I would love to tap into it, I'm just like, you know what? I might as well just bite the bullet and really work on building out a separate, place that people can come watch because I'm not as trusting in
No, I don't blame you.
LinkedIn anymore as I once was, and that's okay. I mean, it'll be slow going, but it also gives us time to work on our content and like how to like our chemistry works, how we present, like all that stuff there, so that by the time we do have an audience, we're better at it. We're more polished. We know exactly how we want to communicate and create our content. So
I want to say something real quick, like because this blew me away. I don't know what your experience has been. I was subbed out to run a show for I don't even remember it. I have to look on my calendar. It's a nonprofit fundraising company. So they have a person that helps them with their LinkedIn content. He talked them into going live once a month. He subbed me out to run the show for them. All I had to do was run the show. They did all the promotion and everything, and they only streamed to their LinkedIn business page. They didn't pair any of the workers or employees of the company or anything. First time they ever went live, they peaked at 380 live viewers and held around 340. And I was just absolutely flabbergasted at that because I've never seen anybody that was not established get over 20 live viewers. You know what I mean? It was absolutely insane.
So they had never gone live before?
Never gone live before.
Who were they?
Well, I'll tell you this though. I mean, the difference between your business page and your profile when you stream to them, your business page, you have to like send out like the invites to get people to even follow your page and your content.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And then on top of that, when you start sending it out, that your stream doesn't go out to your platform. It only goes out to the people that you invite. So you have to put in the work to invite people to go watch on your business page. So that means they probably spend a lot of time into sending out invites, into doing the promotion, like getting that out there. Because unlike like now, I might have, whatever, I might have 10,000 like followers. When it goes out to my profile, even though I create the event, if I don't send out the invites, people don't have to tune in. They don't have to watch, even though it shows publicly. Where when you create a business page event and you send it out, you have to push the promotion or else you're going to be dead in the water.
Yeah.
So it has to put in work, and you probably like you said, they probably had a setup where they were like sending out. They had people that were sending out
invites. Everybody that worked there was posting about it and putting the link to the page in the comments and all that kind of stuff. But I was just absolutely I've never seen I've seen big time influencers go live and only get 100, 125 people. So for them to consistently
I got a theory behind that, but I mean I really do. That's kind of my thorn in the side. Like why a lot of these influencers are full of shit. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Because how active do they have a community, or how active are their followers? How active is anybody? I mean, even somebody like Gary Vee, who has over like 1 million, 2 million followers on the LinkedIn platform, when he goes live, most I've ever seen him hit over is like 100 or something people.
Yeah, exactly.
It just doesn't match up. The numbers do not match up. You would figure somebody that has that big of a size following would have the people that would show up and would follow, and it's not even close. Like I go, this is just crap. So that's why I say I don't take what they put on LinkedIn for what it's worth anymore. That's why like I said, I've seen people who grow their channels, and somebody we both know, Angelique Stidham, her and her husband Donnell, they took their efforts off of LinkedIn. They went and pushed what they wanted to do onto YouTube. They got over 10,000 they got 10,000 subscribers now on their channels. Their live streams usually generally garner anywhere from 75 to 100 people in their live chats, and their
crazy.
Their videos and their shorts usually end up anywhere from 1,000 to 10,000 views and watches per episode. They're getting paid now to do YouTube. Like they are content creators over on their YouTube channel. This is what really that's what really pushed me to say, okay, I'm doing this wrong. So we're going to talk about love, and we're going to push love and dating and not in romance and relationships and marriage, because it is an important thing over on our YouTube channel. And if we bring anybody from LinkedIn, great. If we don't, great. We're just going to continue to push forward and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of people too tell us, wow, you really are inspiring me. You really are motivating me. Like what I see in you guys, we get that a lot when we're out in public, with people that we know, people, even family members, people at church. Like there's a lot. And so we really want to let people know, like, love like this is possible. It's
Mhm.
possible. You don't have to be in this terrible relationship and you think, "Oh my gosh, I'm stuck. I'm stuck."
Yeah.
You can do something about it with that person, or
Mhm.
maybe get yourself unstuck and find
Yes.
somebody
Mhm.
that matches you more. Because a lot of times people get into a relationship in the beginning and it's just not your person, but you put up with it for
Yeah.
years.
Yeah,
And it's a
for sure.
mismatch. It's a
So if
mismatch.
y'all want to learn more about this, again, Thursday nights, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central, Unwrap Love. You can go check us out. We
Cool.
we love doing it. We'll be doing another episode on this Thursday. We'll be episode, I think, our video number 38, I think already. We actually have more than that I haven't uploaded, but officially to be 38 videos that we've done in just a little over 2.5 months in doing this. Like, we really
Wow.
do love pushing a lot of content. You know how I do it. I mean, I just
Mhm. It's all or nothing.
it's all or nothing. But yeah, but we're doing it with an intention and a purpose, and we really do
Yeah.
want to make people be able to help them find um, the love of their lives, or like I said, fix the relationship they're in, or maybe help them figure out it's time to move on. That's
Yeah.
just how life is, and we just want
Yeah.
to reflect that.
I love it. I love it. Cool,
So,
man. Well, thank y'all so much for being here. Yvette, it was great to
You're
hang
welcome.
out with you.
Yes,
Uh,
absolutely.
Gabe, I'm glad you brought a better half with you this year, this
yeah,
season.
she is my better half. She makes me better.
No, I agree.
He
I
makes
see
me better.
100%
He
that.
makes
I
me
love it.
better.
I love how a year later, like y'all are still like all mushy.
We are. Yeah, we gotta do one of these.
I mean, we're just, we love doing these things all the time. Like, what people don't see is, like, we like hold hands, like, off camera, like, see on the here. They don't see that. Like, they're just like, we're just talking and everything else. But yeah, this is how we are all the time. Like,
Yeah.
we sit together, we eat dinner together, we do all these things together, and
We don't fub.
yeah, we don't fub. We don't get on our phones and
Yeah, fubbing is a new word. So it's where your phone is more important than the person right next to you. So yeah, we don't get on phones to
Okay.
distract
so
each
we
other.
so we just tell people, get on social media to watch us when we're live, and then get off as soon as kind of like with you. Watch Chris's show, turn it
And then
on
get, yeah.
for however long, and then as soon as you're done, turn it off, and then
Yeah.
go live life. Go live life. That's the best way to do it, man.
I love it. I love it. All right, y'all. So next week I have some friends of mine, some in real life friends of mine, people that I knew outside of social media. Their names are Paul and Tierney Stewart. They both come. There actually would have been a better fit for Ending the Stigma, but I'm not doing it right now. And I really have been trying to get them on for a while, and it's just hadn't worked out. So doesn't matter. So I did a thing. It's like any kind of, it's a free for all, so it doesn't matter. But they both came from a life of drugs. Tierney came from a life of prostitution and drugs. Paul's been to prison. I don't remember if Tierney's been locked up or not. They cleaned up. They both found the Lord. God brought them together. They fell in love, and like their very first kiss was on their wedding day when he said, "You may kiss the bride." So it's just a super cool story of from life in the streets to, and they're both in ministry now. So it's just this full circle kind of amazing story, and they're just amazing people. So I'm really looking forward to having them on, especially since I actually know them in real life. Not that I don't know y'all in real life or anybody else, but like I've hung out with them in real life. So just to have them, those kind of people, when you can get them on, are special. You know what I mean? Because it's like I get to showcase now, like this is actually part of my life. Another piece of my life I get to show is these are my friends.
Not only that,
So, yeah.
that'll be the third week in a row that you got a couple on, right?
It is, and like I don't ever have couples on. I had
You're
been in
becoming the
Jess
couples therapist here.
Yeah, I had been in Jess last week, and then I had y'all this week.
This week,
and then I have Paul and Tierney next week. That is, you're right. It's 3 weeks in a row.
3 weeks in a row. You're becoming the couples therapist on here. So
I mean to tell you, man.
Add it to the LinkedIn banner, man. Just saying, yeah. I mean, you already got a streak going here.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, cool. Well,
So
thank y'all
is it
so
going to
much for
be
hanging.
Monday at 7?
Monday at 7 Central. Yep, same time,
Okay.
same place, same back
It'll
time,
probably be
same
on
back
time.
channel.
Yeah,
On time,
they'll be on
right?
time.
Yeah, it will be on. I hope so. God, I hope so.
Hey,
I don't know
it's
how.
it's a wild card with me. I tell everybody when you invite me on, you're either going to get me early or late, but you're going to have entertainment when you're done. You'll always have memories to go, man. He was on here, and it was just like it was the greatest roller coaster I've ever been on. That's how life with us is. She likes to get a roller coaster.
Hey, Shelly.
I know.
So that is my cousin. Here's a cool story. I haven't, I've only been on Facebook. There's the bird.
There's the bird.
I've only been on Facebook for a month and a half or something, maybe 2 months. I fought it for a real long time. And now that I've gotten on, like I've reconnected with a lot of my family that I don't ever get to see or hadn't seen in years. This is my cousin Shelly. She lives in Arkansas. She was down for the funeral last week. So like I hadn't seen her in forever. And we reconnected on Facebook and it's just been really cool. So hi, Shelly. Thanks for dropping in. I appreciate it.
That's nice, man. Follow him on YouTube too. Go ahead over to
follow me on YouTube at Hip is Live. That's what it is. Yeah.
Head over there and go subscribe. Push it to the family, man. That's the thing.
Exactly.
Like, listen, it's great we were connected. By the way, I got a YouTube channel.
Yeah, right. Go smash that subscribe button.
Yeah, I do it to my family too.
Hit that like button, ring the notification bell so you never miss an episode. All the things you're supposed to say whenever you have a.
There you go. That's how you do it.
That's how you do it. Man.
All right, man.
All right,
tell me what, when you get ready for season 5, let me know when the bookings are, and I will. One of these seasons, I'll make it on time. One of them, I will. Oh gosh.
For sure, man. All right, y'all. I appreciate it. Love y'all, and we'll see y'all next week.
Yes.
All right. Bye.